it when we have a guest speaker, and especially when she's one of our own. Just want to appreciate Tracy. I called her last week and said, hey, where everybody's kind of wanting to know what you did to just have such an amazing year, especially an amazing month of June. So we asked her to come on, and she graciously agreed to share with us tonight. Before we get started, as is traditional, thought we'd just say a quick little prayer. We've got a few people to keep in our prayers. So if you'll just join me, we'll just ask God's blessing on our group tonight. Heavenly Father, thank you for this group of women. Oh, how I love them. And you love them even more. And I am just so grateful for our business and our opportunity to share every week, what's working for us, some great ideas, and we give you all the glory for our success. So be with us tonight. Give us open hearts, open minds. Be with Denise. She asked specifically that we lift her up in prayer. You know what she needs, and we ask that you provide that for her. Be with everybody in our unit, those with us and those not. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay. Amen. So Tracy, we're gonna kind of turn it over to you. I posted today, the kind of success you had this year, but I'm sure I missed a couple things. You were really pulled out all the stops in June. You had a major goal that you were going for to be your first year in the National Court of Sales. And although you fell a little short of that goal, I sense, and I hope this is true, that you do not see that as a failure at all because of what you achieved in the pursuit of that goal. So we would love to hear from you. What made this year different, or just anything you want to tell us. And then hopefully we'll have a little time for questions, because I know the girls will probably want to ask you a few things. So the floor is yours, my friend.
Sure. Can you guys hear me okay now that I'm on my phone?
Yes. Okay,
perfect. Okay, so I'm going off the cuff, you guys. So if I ramble, I'm gonna apologize now, but this is the authentic Tracy. Okay. So I will tell you this. First of all, I'm going to be very honest. I made this huge goal poster last year at the beginning of seminar year, right? Because that's what we're supposed to do. And I was very excited about it, and I was going to share it with all my clients, like every month. And I'm going to be very transparent right now and tell you guys I didn't do that. I didn't. I put it on my wall. I may have talked about it once or twice, but y'all, I had some other mental things going on that I didn't know what was going on, and I just shied away from it. And I also shied away from the thought of nobody wants to hear what my goals are. Like, that's my goal. It's not their goal, right? This is how my brain works. So what I will tell you is that even though I had it on my goal poster and in my mind's eye last year, yes, I was going to track all of this and I was going to kick butt and take names. It didn't happen for various reasons. So I just want to put that blanket out there. What did happen was that at the end of June and July 1st kicks around, I get an email that says, congratulations, you are on target for Queen's Court of Sales. You need to pick your prize. And I was like, what on earth are you talking about? Because I was literally not I'm not joking. Even though it was on my goal poster, I was like, oh, I'm not even close. I'm not going to worry about it. What that did to me, though, was it literally lit a fire and excitement and joy in me that I did not know could happen in the last month of our seminar year for me, because I didn't realize I was that close. So when I say it, when I was that close, transparency, I was $13,000 away. Transparency, that's close, but for me, it's not. You know what I mean? It is close, it's doable, but I have never in my career done something that massive, right? So I reached out to Susan and said, oh my gosh, it's literally like right there hanging in the balance. So I'm just going to go for it. Why not? Because my thought process was, whether I hit it or I don't hit it, nothing negative is going to come out of this. That was how I thought about it. Was it a scary number? Absolutely. Did it make me want to throw up? Absolutely. Did I want to say it out loud? Absolutely not. No. But I'll tell you what, I embraced it because I knew that it would just help me grow as a person. And even though I was a little L for late, it would help me towards our unit goals, right? Because not only was I helping myself, I was helping our unit goals, regardless that I only had 30 days to do it. And I just say that to be transparent because I want you guys to know I didn't do all this all year long. I had planned on it, just didn't do it for various reasons. That's another story for another day. So when I made my mind up that I was that close to it, even though it scared me, and I told Susan, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it and see. I'm just going to work. I don't care. I'm going to work. So here's what I did. It was a mind shift change for me personally, because I knew that it was an amazing goal that I could hit. And it was an amazing way for me to reach out to my clients, but it still scared the crap out of me. Not going to lie. So I kind of did like 5 bullet points for you guys, and I'll redo this when I'm done. But the first thing I want to tell you is, number 1 is make a goal poster that speaks to you. Don't make a goal poster that speaks to somebody else in your unit or what somebody says you should do. Not saying don't help your unit. I want you to help your unit, but make the goal poster that speaks to you and what resonates with you, and make it look the way you want it to look. Because again, my brain thinks different ways. Like I want pretty and colorful and all this kind of fun stuff. And some people are just like, just give it to me in black and white. So what I did was I took that $13,000, y'all, which I don't like working in numbers because it is too terrifying, that big a number. And I broke it down to what I could handle. And what I could handle was, I said, all right, how many orders do I personally need to hit that number? My average order is $75. I'm going to bump it up in my head just to round it off. I'm going to make it $100 orders. So I broke it down to say, okay, I need $13,000. I need this many orders, and that equals this many $100 orders to get that, right? So then when I shared it with my clients or the world, it was, I need, so many orders. And I started off like, I pulled a number out of the sky because I didn't want it to freak me out, again, being transparent. And I said, I'm like 101 orders away or something, because I knew I had personal stuff I needed to order, right? So that was going to count towards my total. So I broke it down that way. And then, because that's what works best for my brain. And then I decided I'm going to do a mass, like I'm just going to share with everybody in the world, not even care. So that's what I did. I got on Canva. I made a little cute picture that said I'm $100 and some or 100 and some orders away. I put a picture of the ring behind it to show people a visual, because I'm a visual person, and I started sharing it. I shared it with Scipio. I sent it to all my clients. I made a text that was, again, from me and my verbiage that they're used to hearing from me, and told them what I was doing. I shared it in my Facebook group. I sent an email out to everybody, all my clients. So I literally touched base with them on every different level, because I knew some people don't read emails. Some people don't like text. Some people don't check my Facebook group. So I'm sharing that to say, you can't tell people one time. You can't tell them 2 times. You got to tell them 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 times in multiple different ways. And I will tell you guys, that was a barrier for me that I had to get over. That was part of something that held me back, was reaching out to my clients, because I thought I was reaching out to them too much. So it was a mindset thing. I had to tell myself, I'm going for a goal. I'm going to share this goal. Women support other women. They want to know, even though I think they don't want to know. And I will tell you this, through all that whole month, regardless if I texted, emailed, Facebook messaged them, VIP'd them, personal messaged them, whatever, not one time did anyone ever say to me, stop texting me or stop reaching out to me to tell me what your goal is. I don't care, because they don't think that way. I think they think that way. They don't. They rallied behind me like I have never seen rally behind me before. And I had women coming out of the woodwork, because I decided at that point, I shared it on my business page and I shared it on my personal page. because I wanted people to know that I am proud of what I do and I'm proud of this goal and I'm excited about it. And I had people coming out of the woodwork, like that were on my personal page and my business page, that maybe never talked to me in my VIP group, who are personally reaching out to me like, where are you at? What can I do? What are you going to get? Show me the picture again. It was the excitement, the thrill of everybody just getting involved to go for that goal, right? And which broke a barrier for me, which I needed. So that was a personal growth thing. The other thing I want to tell you is even though I did that on social media and I shared it with people, and then I went and private messaged my people that maybe I've never reached out to before, or maybe I reached out to them like 2 years ago, or when I first started my business and I thought, well, they weren't interested in, maybe they won't be interested. They're not going to be interested now. I just put it all behind me. I literally told myself a positive affirmation that said, someone telling me no or someone not responding to me does not make a difference whether they're not going to stop me from going for this goal, because it's only going to make me a better person. It's only going to break some belief barriers that I have. So my second thing is, well, my first thing was do your goal post and your tracking. Second was find what works best for you. Not what works best for everybody else, but what works best for you. But in that, put your blinders on. That's a thing that I have found for me personally, that so I love my technology. I love my social media, but social media can completely deflate Tracy, because I will look and be like, oh my Lord, they're doing A, B, C, D, and E, and I'm only over here. And then I do the whole compare thing. So I had to really focus on post, make your post and get off. Respond to people who ask you questions, but do not go and look around what everybody else was doing, because I knew that that would deflate me. And I think that's something that is hard to struggle with, because I needed to learn for myself. What this also taught me was that I need to work on being better than I was the month before or the year before, not what somebody else was doing, and not beating their best, beating my best, being the best version of me. So that's my other thing. Put your blinders on. It's hard. Cheer your people on, but get off whatever that looks like. So if social media raises you up, then go for that. If it deflates you, then just be self-aware of that and know what helps bring me up. Is it talking to my directors? Is it talking to my sister consultants? Whatever that is, because you're not alone. The other thing I have learned was to tell myself, I told myself repeatedly that I believe in this goal. I believe in me. I believe in this product. If I didn't believe in this product, I wouldn't be selling it. For those of you who don't know, when I joined Mary Kay literally for the discount. That was it. I literally said, don't ask me to have a party and don't ever ask me to join your team. That was what I told to my recruiter. So once I got and fell in love with it and I believe in this product, I was like, everyone needs to know about this product. I need to share this with like the world, right? So believe in yourself and what your core belief is in, not what somebody else believes in. Not to say that you can't share somebody else's success story if you're a new consultant, but believe in yourself and knock out any of that negative self-talk and just say, this is about me. It's not about what everybody else is doing. It's about what Tracy was doing. That's what I had to do, which can be hard because when you're in a social setting, you can still cheer everybody on, but don't compare yourself. Easier said than done. I've been in this business for 9 years. I'm still working through. That's the God honest truth. The other thing I want to say is be authentically you when you're reaching out to your people. So we have scripts for everything, right? And I'm the person that says, hey, what did you say? How did you say it? What was the response? Like, I want details. Some people are like, I don't even care. I just want to reach out. Again, be authentically you, but do what's best for you. But do it on all levels. So what I realized was I needed to be able to sell product on the go, to be open. If I decided I was open to having, in-person appointments, and I literally did like one-on-ones more than anything, because some of my people are still like, they don't want me in groups, totally get it. And then embrace social media and embrace doing things virtually. Oh, my Lanta. And and embrace the fact that you don't know what you don't know until you do it. And what I will tell you is that I would sit down and I would have my scripts and I'd have like, here's how the party's going to go. I got on virtual. The party didn't go anything like I thought it was going to go. I either forgot to say what I wanted to say, or something happened, or there was craziness in somebody's world or whatever. And I'll tell you, what I learned was, even though I had a script here that I could read and like to keep me on track, what I need to discuss and talk about, when I showed my most authentic self and told them up front, y'all, I need to practice this virtual thing. It's been a while. I haven't done it, or I've never done it, or I'm not really sure what this looks like. I was just authentically myself. I also tried to do it. I tried to do it in there, right here where I'm sitting in my office. I tried it in my bathroom. I tried it, like, you have to try it. I feel like for my brain, I had to try it and figure out what worked for me, because if something might work for you, but it doesn't work for me, if that makes sense. And that's what I want to say, is that's okay. So know that because you do a virtual session this way and somebody else doesn't know, it doesn't make it right or wrong. It just makes it to where you're comfortable and where you're easy, and when you'll figure it out. And I would be on, I joke with him to this day. I'm like, I'll do something and I'll say something goofy, or my husband's in the background yelling at me, or the dog, whatever, something happened. And he came in, he was like, I need to feed the dogs. And I'm like, I'm on a live. Could you stop? Whatever. It's life, they need to see that you are a human being, and that life happens, and that you're not perfect. Because when you're perfect, they think I can't do what you do. When I tell them authentically, I haven't done this in a year. I'm not really sure. I might goof it up. I might forget something, but I promise I'll fix it. I'll take care of it. I'll reach out to you. But know that I might be like, if I'm out, if I forget something, admitting that you're human, admitting that we make mistakes, and being who you are. I sold more product when I was just Tracy than when I was like, I got to say this, and this. Not to, I mean, this is great. This is what I need to stay on track. But I needed to find Tracy. So the very last party that I did it. I ended up doing one more party before the end of the month. It was in another state. And these girls had done a party for me like 2.5 years ago. The difference between what I did then and what I did now, literally, was I was so relaxed, and just because our products do sell themselves, even though we hear people say that, I was authentically myself, and I was very casual, and I was like, they'll love it, they don't love it, it works for them, it doesn't work for them. If they say no, it's okay. I'm just here to pour into people and to love on them. So in the grand scheme of things, my words of wisdom to you are: create a goal poster, and if you don't want a physical poster, maybe you want one on your phone, or you want it on the computer, whatever works for you. Find out but also find out what works best for you. If you start doing lives and you're like, I can't do this unless I have like people participating, just switch it to Zoom. If the Zoom is freaking you out, switch it to a Facebook. Like, figure out what works for you, and know that you're not going to get it right the first time. You're not going to get it right the second time. Joke around with them and do what I do. And I just look at them and say, y'all, you too could be a Mary Kay consultancy, because I literally just said that incorrectly, or whatever. What I will tell you is that doing virtuals has given me that extra oomph and that push to research and do more, get re-informed with our products, because I learned so much coming in, and we learn so much all the time, but there's products out there that I forget about. And it just helps me remember to say, what are the buzzwords, or what do people want to know? They don't want to spend, I'll tell you this, they don't want to spend 2 hours on a live with you. You want to make it short and concise. 30 to 45 minutes, you're done. Like, do not drag it out. Make it short, sweet, and simple, and to the point. Open it up for questions and reach out to them afterwards. So I literally hit it on all levels. I literally reached out to all my clients multiple times. I asked for referrals. In the past, I would shy away from doing that, but I just told them I have a huge goal, and I need to meet more people and bless more women. And they were more than appreciative to do that for me. Even people who've never purchased from me was like, I don't care if they purchased $12 or $50. It was a big O deal. So I know that was a lot, but I'm here for questions. I hope that was what y'all wanted to hear.
That
But
was
I'm here.
great, Tracy. That was awesome. And what I'd like to do, if you all have a question, unmute yourself. But I was like, when you know, if you took notes or there was something Tracy said that was an aha moment, or like, oh, I love that. I mean, because here's all notes I took and all the things I highlighted. I'd love to know if you had something, one or two things that really spoke to you. Would you like to share that? Nora, I see you unmuted.
Yeah, I do. Because Tracy, boy, did you speak to my soul with the social media. I am still, I follow so many people and am so intimidated by what they do because they make it look so easy that I'm too afraid to try. So I haven't done a Facebook Live. I haven't done a Zoom party. Like, I've done none of that. I've done virtual before we had to, because that's how I kept in touch with my New Jersey clients, that we would just FaceTime or I would call and we would just talk without picture. But I need to adopt your attitude of just put it out there and get off instead of, oh, look at what Kristen posted. Look at what, what's the girl down in Florida? Like, her posts are just amazing. And it just so intimidates me. It really does. So thank you, because I feel a lot more comfortable that I'm not alone in that.
Oh, absolutely. You're so welcome. And I encourage you to, one of the things I don't think I said was reach out to, if you have a sister consultant or more than one, that obviously reach out to your director, but also reach out to those who you really value their opinion, and maybe they're holding virtuals or whatever it is you want to hone your skills on, and ask them, can I just be a part of it, just to watch and learn and do? But I will tell you, I said this to Susan before, I've been to every training class. I do everything on the internet. Like, I'm a techie person. I have all this knowledge, but until I did it on my own and played around and practice and made mistakes, that's when I figured out, and I'm still figuring that out, y'all. I'm not, and it will change. I know it will, but it's a work in progress for sure.
That's great. I want to tell you a couple of things I wrote down. Is that first thing, you were telling yourself no one wanted to hear about your goal. And I just always think of that. If you're going to tell yourself a story, and that's what it is, tell yourself a good one. These people want to hear from me. I'm the best consultant in the whole company. They're lucky to have me as a consultant. But you know, if you deep down don't believe that, it can be hard. But I love that you acknowledge that and share with us. This was way out of my comfort zone. I did not want to do this. I told myself they didn't want to hear. But what you learned in the process is you were wrong, right? I mean, they did want to hear from you, and the fact that you were worried they're going to get sick of hearing from me. They're going to get sick. No, they didn't. So I love that God used this to kind of smack you in the head with a 2x4, right? Say, Tracy, you have a gift of communicating and loving on people. And I'm going to let lipstick sales be how you can bless people and glorify me in the process. So I love that. I also love that you said only good can come from me going for this goal. I will be a better person, win, lose, or draw. I'm going to be better for this. And you can just tell that you feel that you are. I mean, you did something that scared the crap out of you, you said, but you did it. And you had this mind shift. You said, I embraced it because it would help me grow. Yep. And I'm so proud of you for that. That's awesome.
And thank you. I appreciate that. And I will tell you guys, one of the things was, I know I said that, like, I went on Canva and said, hey, this is how many, I updated that a lot. So I shared that in my VIP group and on my personal Facebook page. And I'd be like, this is how many orders I am away. And it not only kept a goal out there, it kept it in front of me to say, hey, this is where I'm at and this is where I need to be. And it wasn't just, I didn't do it once a week, y'all. I did it more. If I got like 5 orders and I'm down 5 more, I'm like, heck yeah, now I'm down to 60 orders or whatever, because I started at 101. So that was huge ordeal for me. And I would tell them too, like, maybe you don't want to order, but I wasn't asking for just orders. I was asking for their blessings and their prayers and their encourage, like my post, encourage me. And the people, that meant so much more to me, even that who didn't order, but they encouraged me and led me through what I was going through and lifted me up. That was pretty huge for me. And I will say this, one of the biggest things, I might get emotional, but at the very end, I was at the lake. I didn't plan my vacation very well. Let's just be real. I didn't have service. So I kept like, I gotta go up here and get service or whatever, because we were in the valley. But what happened during that process was my son's girlfriend and my niece, and then all the people who were at the lake watched me go through that process. And to have them say to me, even my son be like, Mom, do you see what happens like when you put your mind to it? Look what you really could do. And I was like, I literally sold $8,600 in a month. I have never done that in my career. Like, I celebrated where I was, even though I was $4,300 short, it didn't matter. I celebrated that. And I celebrated the fact that they watched me go for that goal and the excitement and the thrill, and they got behind me. And that gives me goosebumps. And that means more to me than, and even though I didn't hit it, I still sent out this big, when I got done, I sent out this big thank you to all my clients via Scipio. And then I'm also created a postcard to thank them for just embracing me and loving me for doing what, and I just told them up front, we're going to do it this year. We're going to do it. We're just going to do it.
That's so great. Tracy, my apologies because my math was wrong. 8,600 in the month. Because I had like 67 something. I'm like, am I finding everything on that?
Oh,
I'm
you're
looking at
fine.
Is that 8,600 retail in 1 month?
Yeah, 8,670. I just double checked it because I was like, is that right? Yeah, 8,670. Like it blew my mind. And through the whole process, like, again, when I was telling you guys, do what works best for you. Not only did I have the pictures, I literally had my notebook and was like, okay, this person wants all these. I was going through and I was scribbling and like, how would be more. So if writing it on paper or I had it, look, I still have it on I still have parts on a whiteboard. See, like I was doing all of it. So just do whatever, but do what works for you and break it down and say, but think about, but also create the goal that you want. You know what I mean?
You know what else I love that you said? You go, I'm proud of what I do. Did y'all catch that when she says, I put on my business page and on my personal page because I'm proud of what I do. And that just like, oh, wow. I love that.
I'm just going to add, Tracy, you're for sure on your path to directorship.
Oh,
and, I mean, that's part of it. And that's the thing that I think we sometimes sit back and watch other people. If you're not willing to go and climb to the top of the mountain, you're not going to see the view. I mean, you have to be willing. It's all part of your process. That big goal, you will always look back and see that this was your turning point, that you made a decision, that you pushed, you involved other people, you lifted other people, and there's not one of your clients that is not incredibly proud that they're your customer and of what you accomplished, and they'll be cheering you all next 12 months. And this next 12 months, it'll happen just because of what you did. And I think the main, here's the words that I heard that people need to hear. You'll figure it out. And that's what it is. You'll figure it out. Don't feel like you have to clone yourself from any of the things that you see. Just know what you want to do. Get out there, start doing it, trip over it, and then get up and go, okay, I can do that better. And okay, and then fall again. And you are just, it's so fun to watch that transition. You just set up yourself for some amazing successes in this new seminar year.
Thank you so much.
Nora, you got competition next year, girl. You do. You know, I know
year.
Yes, you have company.
Got
That's right.
company.
Um,
And Tracy, one thing I'm gonna recommend, wait, let me get it up here. Make your background.
Oh, I'd show you, but it's already on my phone, girl, just
Good.
like that.
Good, it
And
is.
people are-
I can't wait to see
I
it.
did that.
Yep.
but
It's on my
you-
phone and people see it and they
all
ask me all
the
the time.
time. Yep.
They do. They're like, oh, that ring's beautiful. I'm like, that's the ring I'm going to earn Mary Kay this year. Yep, exactly. Because it's absolutely
It works.
stunning.
That's the ring I'll be picking up on stage next July.
All right, that's
I remember Linda Tupin telling us on these top director trips, so there's Lisa Madsen. Okay. Those of you who don't know, Lisa Madsen was always number one from Wisconsin, Lisa Madsen. And they'd be on these top trips and they're all asking each other questions and they're taking notes, writing. And Lisa's sitting in the back, chewing gum and blowing bubbles. And not taking a single note. And they're like, don't you want to write this stuff down? She goes, nope, too many ideas, just confuse me. Just got to do it the Lisa way. On a top director trip where she could get some of the coolest ideas from all these good people, she's like, nope. She may as well have had earplugs in. She goes, that just confuses me.
Yeah.
And a confused mind does nothing. And when you're constantly, I'm with you, Tracy, because sometimes I'll watch things and I'm like, I don't feel good about me right now. What's going on? And it's because even subconsciously I was kicking myself because I'm not doing what that person's doing or that person. You have to run your own race, swim in your own lane.
Yeah.
And get the ideas, grab a few that work for you. But then, you said I was most successful when I was just Tracy.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
clearly you are enough, my friend. So that was great. We're so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you for
You guys,
Thank you guys so much.
Tracy, this was wonderful. We're so excited to see what this new year has for you. We're sorry you're not gonna be at seminar with us, but I think we ought to take a flat Tracy. So you know how you take those little, like flat Stanley? We make a
Yeah.
flat Tracy and
Thank
walk across the stage with her so she can feel like what it's gonna be like. Yeah, I don't know. We'll come up with something.
That's awesome. I love
Okay.
it.
I
Thank
love
you.
your shirt. You are fearless. You faced your fear in June particularly. And it's going to be a great year.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you,
Love
Tracy.
you guys.
Have a great
Absolutely.
week.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye.